Okay. Before I discussed about the Veda mantra, Yajurveda 30.15. Yajurveda 30.15. I'd like to talk about something as an introductory reference. We know about Ramayana. This Ramayana consists of 6 kandas, 6 divisions. And many say, no, it's not 6, it is 7. And the 7th one, they call it as the Uttarakanda. Uttarakanda. Now, those who are really serious in the study of Ramayana, they find that by the end of the 6th kanda, the whole thing has been concluded. And the 7th kanda seems to be started afresh. So those who seriously study Ramayana, they will be able to notice this. So many are of the opinion that this 7th kanda is totally an interpolation. It's not basically the work of Valmiki, but it has been interpolated in his name by somebody, XYZ. And a serious student of Ramayana will agree to this. They will say that 7th kanda is not the work of Valmiki, but it is an interpolation added on by somebody, annexed by somebody, whose name is not known. Because of many things, two very important things that we see there is, in the 7th kanda, we have got the Sita Parityaga part. You are aware of the Sita Parityaga? That is some washerman, he commented about his wife and referred to Rama that I am not like Rama who accepts his wife, though she was in a foreign land with someone else. And Rama says, oh, this is not right, and he just renounces his wife. She is asked to be left in the forest by Lakshmana, and then she goes to Valmiki Ashrama, and there she gives birth to Lava, Kusha, etc., etc. Now this is a story what we have of the Sita Parityaga. And his whole process of Sita Parityaga, the whole episode of Sita Parityaga seems to be very inhuman, because by the time he renounced, she was a pregnant woman. She needed a lot of care, she needed a lot of shelter, she needed a lot of security, but she was abandoned in a forest as per the orders of Rama by Lakshmana, which is very inhuman. So this is one problem, to accept it as something written by Valmiki. Valmiki was a great Vedic scholar, and he was a person who always propagated humanism. Now, writing a story like this, that's number one. Then another thing, during Ramaraja, there were no caste system. So there is no caste called as washermen. That's also there. So these are all some of the complications what you see in that 7th kanda, which is rightly understood as something which is interpolated. Then another very horrible thing is there in that 7th kanda, that's the Uttarakanda. They refer to a person named as Shambhuka. Shambhuka. And he is referred to as a Shudra by birth. Now, these are all problems. Nobody can be a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra by birth. By birth, we are all human beings. And later, depending upon our guna, karma, swabhava, samarthya, our nature, our aptitude, our attitude, our capacity, we choose the right way of life to serve the society. So, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra are the way of life chosen by us. It's not by birth. We are free to choose our lifestyles. And all these lifestyles are for the service of society, for the well-being of the society. Because of that, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra are all equal, and nobody is superior, nobody is inferior. This aspect is made very, very clear in the Veda mantras. Ajyeshtaso akanishtasaha sambhrataro vaurushu sobhagai. This we have discussed earlier also many times. Among you, O people, nobody is superior. Among you people, nobody is inferior. You are all like brethren. You are all like the children of the same father and mother. and you have to progress together for your prosperity. You have to move towards your prosperity together. This is the meaning of that piece of Veda mantra. So, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra by birth is anti-Vedic and anti-humane, outright. But that is there in that Uttarakanda, which is anti-Vedic. Valmiki is a great Vedic scholar. He cannot add something nonsense which is anti-Vedic. That's why that seventh part is considered as total interpolation. And they're just in doing so. So that Shambhuka was a Shudra. He goes and does some penance. Tapas. Penance is tapas. He does some penance. And in the caste system, penance is not the duty of a Shudra. The caste system, not in the Varna system. In caste system, a Shudra is not supposed to do any penance, but is supposed to only work as a laborer, an inferior worker. And to serve, instead of society, they say in the caste, we have to society higher caste people. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, not society. They have to be slave to all the above three because they are born high. There's always some problems what I get in caste system, and these things are elaborated there in that seventh kanda. So because a person was not eligible or entitled to do tapas, Shambhuka, because he did tapas, there was lot of vagaries in nature. So what happened? A drought came, rains stopped, trees stopped blooming, so many things. These are all the changes what happened in the nature because a non-eligible candidate like Shambhuka, who was a Shudra by birth, did penance, which was not his duty. Then people were in problem. The whole society was in drama. Then they all approached Rama and said, oh, this is what is happening. Something is wrong with the nature. It is not properly functioning, no rain, nothing, etc. Then Rama started finding the reason for it. And finally he found out it is because of Shambhuka, a born Shudra, doing tapas, which was not his duty, was the cause for all this. I don't know how that is related to that, but that was what he found out. And he comes and finally kills Shambhuka for doing something which was not his duty. And after killing Shambhuka, yes, the whole nature returned to its normalcy. This is a story what we find in that Uttarakanda. Now, every aspect of it is anti-human, anti-Vedic. And that has been highlighted by, to be precise, those who are Pauranic in their attitude. And they say that seventh Kanda is also part of Ramayana. This is a very big problem. And this was one of the reasons why the people who called themselves as Brahmins started traumatizing the Shudras. Hey, this is your place, you are inferior, you have to be our slaves, you have to serve us. You are not superior, you are inferior. And they started exploiting this whole group of Shudras by taking the clue from this Vedaman, this Uttarakanda of Ramayana, of Shambhuka Vada, that incident of that episode of Shambhuka. They took it as a precedence. They took it as a precedence and they started exploiting the Shudras. Unfortunately, even today, in many parts of the society, it is happening, even today. It's the unfortunate thing. But it all originated from something which is an interpolation and not a fact or truth. Many authors and writers also who are intolerant, who never studied these and understood that this was only an interpolation, it was only a fiction and never a truth, they have taken clue from this episode and incident and have written some many works also upon that. One to be quoted, which is glaring, is Shudra Tapasvi. It's a drama in Kannada written by Kuvempu. He's a great writer. Unfortunately, he highlighted this incident from Uttarakanda, which itself is baseless. Shudra Tapasvi. Okay, these are all the certain things which you have to understand before we get into this piece of Veda mantra which I'm referring to. Yajur Veda 30.15 is on one side. On the other side, come to the even latest management principles and philosophies. That too with reference to human resources. With reference to human resources, what an organization does. The first thing is they define the job. Any organization, they define the job. They say we need someone to do this, do this, do this, do this. And what are all the requirements of the job? A person who is employed on the job, on the particular designation, what are his duties, what he is supposed to discharge, deliver. So the job description is done on one side. And the other side, depending upon the people who have applied, they prepare the profiles of those employees or those who are seeking employment. Either it's okay. Now on one side we have got the job profiles, on the other side we have the profiles of the applicants, aspirants. Now we match them. Okay, this fellow has got these qualifications and this experience. Now this will match to this job description and match them together. And finally appoint them and put them on that particular job, which has been prescribed, which has been detailed earlier. So it's a matching of the men and the job, depending upon the profiles of the men as well as the job description, men description. This is a beautiful management principle, what they are doing today also in HR in particular, human resource development. Now you will be surprised that the same aspect has been done in the Vedas thousands of years ago. The same thing, ditto. And that's what we find in this piece of Veda mantra, what I'm going to discuss now. That's Yajur Veda 30.15. They speak of this. They speak about the job profile and they speak of the profile of the person, and they say you have to invite those people with this profile to match with this job. And the word what they use here is Havamahe. Havamahe. Havamahe is to invite them to match. The basic root of this word Havamahe is Hwai Ahwane. It's very clear. Hwai Ahwane, invite them to take up on that job because they're fit for it. This is exactly the matching of the profile of the person and the profile of the job. Though they call it as the latest technique, what they have found out in HR in management, it has been referred to in the Vedas thousands of years ago itself. They had that concept, they were very clear about that. Who is to be put on which job? So that the society will prosper and the society will progress. The person who is put on the right job will have job satisfaction also. And the right person is put on the right job, the job will be done perfectly well, and you get all the benefits. Now here in HR or management, the whole purpose is the prosperity of the organization. But here when they're speaking in the Veda, it is the prosperity of the whole society and the world. So it's wider in nature, it's wider in goal, it is deeper in intention, it is sublime in its intention, which is not there in the present management or HR. But the concept is the same, and it is a very, very old concept. Okay, on one side we saw this Shudra Tapasvi, on the other side we saw this great management principle, and now both of them are bound together in this piece of Veda mantra. Brahmane Brahmanam, that's how it starts. 30.5 Yajur Veda. Brahmane Brahmanam. Brahmana is to be put on the job of Brahma. Brahmane Brahmanam. Havamahe. So shall invite a Brahmana to take upon the responsibility of Brahma. Now what is that Brahma? We have discussed many times. It is nothing but knowledge. The society will prosper only when knowledge is rampant in society. If ignorance and blind beliefs are there in the society, that society is going to doom. It will not prosper at all. So knowledge is the essence of human society. If knowledge is not there in human society, the whole human society will collapse and degenerate. So knowledge has to be one of the main guiding principles of human society. And only human beings can become knowledgeable beyond their basic instincts, the knowledge related to their basic instincts. This also I discussed several times. An animal too has got some natural knowledge restricted to its instincts, management of its basic instincts like nidra, hara, bhaya, maithuna, over. Beyond that, its knowledge cannot expand because its sharira, indriya, manas has got that limitation. But a human sharira, indriya, manas has got the capacity to ask questions, to discuss, to analyze, to foresee, to match, to understand the cause and result, reason and result, the cause and effect, beyond their basic instincts of nidra, hara, bhaya, maithuna. This is a special feature of human beings. So this jnana, which is rightly called as naimittika jnana, that is a jnana what a person gets by inquiring. Without inquiry, it is animal knowledge. That is called swabhavika jnana. Naimittika jnana is the additional knowledge what a person gets by inquiry, by understanding, by studying, by analyzing. This is called as naimittika jnana. This naimittika jnana is a special feature of all human beings. This naimittika jnana has to be propagated in the human society for the welfare and prosperity of the human society. And that is called as Brahma. Brahmane, for the propagation of this naimittika jnana, for the propagation of this knowledge, we want someone to take on the job. And is that Brahmanam Havamahe. We shall invite a Brahmana to take care of this job. And he studied so far so many things that Vedas never speak of caste system. Now, who is this Brahmana? This Brahmana is not a Brahmin by caste. I repeat, this Brahmana, what is referred to, is not a Brahmin by caste, not by birth. It's only by his choice. A person who is interested in learning and propagating knowledge is called as a Brahmana, whoever he may be, wherever he may be. It's not by birth. He could be anything. We will not ask about his antecedents. We will not ask him what is your name, where you are born, who is your father, who is your mother. Nothing we will ask. No questions asked. What is your vocation? Yes, my hobby and my vocation is to learn and propagate knowledge. Yes, you are a Brahmana. Yes, you are a Brahmin. Over. This is what the Veda says. This is a stand taken by Veda very clearly. It's a choice and it's not by birth. It's not enforced upon anyone, but it is voluntarily chosen. The lifestyle is voluntarily chosen by a person depending upon his own capacity, interests, aptitudes. He is a Brahmana. So those who have got this aptitude and interest of learning and teaching, yes, they have to be put on the job of spreading of jnana. Brahmane Brahmanam. Brahmane Brahmanam. Havamahe is within brackets. Adhyahara. And that's not readily available in that very particular mantra. We see the series of mantras and somewhere we get that verb. So that's it. Havamahe. We shall invite a Brahmana to take care of the job of spreading Brahma. Brahma is knowledge. Right knowledge, to be still precise. Brahmane Brahmanam. So this is the matching of the profile of the job and the profile of the person. And while matching the profile of the person, we are interested only in the capacity and aptitude of the person, and never we ask about the caste or in something. It's not there in the Vedas. Brahmane Brahmanam. Kshatraya Rajanyaha. Next one. Kshatraya Rajanyaha. So how do you understand this Kshatraya? Kshatraya Rajanyam. Kshatraya Rajanyam. Kshanu Himsayam. In the Kshatraya, Ksha is Kshanu Himsayam. That's the root. Kshanu Himsayam. That Thra, the other part of the word Kshatriya, it is Traing Palane. Traing Palane. Kshanu Himsayam and Traing Palane. I have been asking you to observe certain things always. Now these meanings are not interpreted or not given by me. I am not telling Kshanu Himsayam. Kshanu is to be understood as Himsa and Tra has to be understood as Palana. That is not my interpretation. The very word has been derived from these two roots, that is Kshanu and Traing. And finally it becomes Kshatriya. Kshatraya. Now the basic roots of any word and its meaning and the derivation of it is all objective. It's not my interpretation. It's not my telling it has this meaning. No, I'm not the person to do it. It is there in the very mantra. It is there in the very word. It is there in the very root. We have got a system which is embedded in the Vedas themselves. It's totally objective and never subjective. Anyone who follows the system and explains the word Kshatraya has to define in the same way. Anyone. Because that Kshatraya, that Ksha is from Kshanu Himsayam, Tra is from Traing Palane. That's the root. And we have got definite rules to derive that word Kshatraya. This I have been stressing again and again. So the interpretations or the meanings of a word cannot change from place to place, from person to person, from time to time. It cannot change. It has to be the same because the process involved in deriving the word is fixed, is absolute. One who Palani is to protect, one who protects a person from Himsa, Kshanu Himsayam, is called as a Kshatriya. Kshatriya is one who protects, saves people from onslaughts, Himsa. There are several situations in the world which cause violence on us. A person who comes in the middle, who intervenes and protects us from those blows, is called as a Kshatriya. And that attitude is called as Kshatra. Kshatraya, for that job of protecting the whole society from onslaughts. It may be from other people, it may be from nature, it doesn't matter. A person who is trying to save the society from such blows and onslaughts is called as a Kshatriya, and the job is called as Kshatraya. For doing the job, who is to be invited, who is to be employed there? Rajanyam. Rajanyam. Rajanyam is a synonym for Kshatriya. Rajanyam is a synonym for Kshatriya, and the root of Rajanya is Rajradiptav. Rajradiptav. One who shines by his valor and boldness and bravery. One who shines is called as a Raja. If really the one who leads the society as a king, as an emperor, has got that capacity, is worthy to be called as Raja. Otherwise, no. And one more point to be observed here. This position is not by hereditary, it is not inherited. Only a person who is capable, yes, is placed on that position. It's not that my father was a Raja, I'm a prince, and tomorrow I become the Raja. No. I'm eligible to become a Raja, no doubt. If I have the qualities, if I don't have the qualities, I'm thrown out, dethroned. It's not by inheritance. It's not hereditary right to become the leader. This you have to understand very clearly. One aspect of it we can see in Ramayana also, as an example I'm telling you. Dasharatha summons a meeting of all the leaders from different parts of the country. And he discusses, okay, I'm old enough, I want retirement. I want to retire from this position. I request you all to suggest a successor. I'm going to retire. I'm declaring that I'm going to retire. We want a successor to lead the whole country. I request you all to choose a successor. Then all the people say, sir, we have got a successor ready in your house in the form of Rama. Yes, we like him and he's capable of doing it. So why not Rama take over you? Why not be your successor? Then Dasharatha says, okay, if that is your opinion, fine. We shall coronate Rama as the next king. Now this decision is not by inheritance. This decision is not by right. This decision is because of the people recognize the quality of Rama and name him as his successor. This is a very important thing what you have to understand. All this reference is there in Ramayana. And of course, it is perfectly Vedic. In Vedas say, the positions have to be occupied by right people in the right place. It's not by inheritance. It's not by inheritance. It's not by right of any nature by anybody. If they have the qualification, yes, they are fit to the job. Matching of the job profile and the profile of the person is very, very important. This is a Vedic concept. Only then the society will progress and prosper. It's very clear. So, Kshatraya Rajanyam, one who has got that fierce capacity to intervene and prevent the onslaughts and blows on the society, he is a Rajanya. And he has to be put on what job? Kshatraya, to protect people from onslaughts, from all violences, natural or unnatural, whatever it may be. All violence have to be prevented and it has to protect the people, the society. And such a job is called as Kshatra, and which should be put on that. A Rajanya is capable of, Rajanya also is called as a Kshatriya, one is capable of intervening and protecting the society from onslaughts, has to be put on the job. Kshatraya Rajanyam Havamahe. We invite them to take up that job, that responsibility of protecting the society. Think. It is so wonderful, the position, the way they match these two things is a wonderful concept what they have in the Vedas. As early as thousands of years ago. And it is for the prosperity and progress of society. They are very clear about that. Very clear. Even the modern principle also is not up to this level. As I told you, the modern principle of human resource development is for the betterment and profit of the organization. Whereas this is for the prosperity for the whole universe, the world. It is so broad in nature. And unless we follow these principles verbatim as they are, yes, we will not progress, we will not improve. I'm very clear about that. And the Veda, whatever it is telling, that clarity, I am passing it on to you through me. It is so clear what is to be done, when, how. Brahmane Brahmanam Kshatraya Rajanyam. Then it says, Marudbhyo Vaishyam. Marudbhyo Vaishyam. Marudbhyo Vaishyam. Vaishya is again a Varna. I repeat, Vaishya also is not a caste, as you understand today. As Puranas put it, it's not that. Vaishya also is a Varna to be chosen by people who have got that aptitude and capacity. They become Vaishya. Visha Praveshane is a root for Vaishya. Visha Praveshane. Pravesha means to enter. One who enters every nook and corner of the world and exchanges things, he is called as a Vaishya. It has got many definitions here and there. He is a trader. He moves and exchanges goods. One who is involved in commerce. One who is involved in protecting the natural resources. One is involved in enriching the natural resources. one who is involved in agriculture and farming. He is called as a Vaishya. Why he does all these things? He does all these things for the prosperity of the society. That's his contribution. Of course, he gets paid for doing this job. That's okay. That's for his livelihood. No problem at all. But that is his very nature. That is his very aptitude. That is his very capacity. Yes, he is employed on that job of protecting the natural resources, enriching the natural resources, and on the job of distributing that to every person in the society. That's the major responsibility of a Vaishya. And whatever is needed, he gets it from different parts of the world, and wherever some shortage is there, whatever is abundant here, he gives it and takes other things. Exchange. He is a Vaishya. What is the job suitable for him? It says, Marudbhyo Vaishyam. Marudbhyaha. The basic root here is Mring Pranatyage. Mring Pranatyage. From that comes the word Marudbhyaha. Marudbhyo Vaishyam. For the sake of those who are in the birth and death cycle, who are prone to death, who are prone to die, Vaishya has to be employed. It needs little more explanation. Marudbhya, those who are in the birth and death cycle, it involves all the people, men and women, and also all the animals. It says, Prajabhyaha. Marudbhyaha means Prajabhyaha and includes Pashwadibhyaha. Pashwadi, all other living beings also. Because they are all prone to death. All those who are prone to death, all those Sachit come under this purview of Marudbhyaha. Now, these Marudbhyaha, those who are prone to death, okay, they are born and they will die. But what happens in the middle? They have to sustain themselves. To sustain themselves, they need so many material things. It may be food, it may be clothes, it may be shelter. They need so many things for their existence. So the one who is interested in providing all these things which are needed for existence, he is called a Vaishya, and he supplies all these things, distributes them equally, distributes them uniformly, even to the lost man. And every person in the society can live. Their living is not at stake. They need not worry about their food, clothing, and shelter. It's taken care of by protecting the natural resources, by enriching the natural resources, and by distributing it properly. And that is the job of a person whose attitude and aptitude is Vaishya. He is to be put on that job. Because he enjoys the job. That is his nature. He loves nature. He protects nature. He knows the techniques how to enrich nature. And by doing that job, he is very happy. He is very much satisfied. And at the same time, he knows the technique as to how to reap them and distribute them to all the people according to their needs. That is his acumen. That is his basic nature. Put that Vaishya on this job. Marudbhyo Vaishyam Havamahe. We shall invite them to take on this responsibility. He likes the job, and at the same time, the job is done well. He does it wholeheartedly. The job is done to perfection. Marudbhyo Vaishyam. Now comes the crux of the whole piece of the Veda mantra upon the discussions what we had at the introductory level. Tapase Shudram. Tapase Shudram. Shudra is invited to take upon the job of tapas. That's the whole story of Shudra Tapasvi, and murdering him is all gone. Vedas clearly prescribe a Shudra has to put on the job of tapas. If at all tapas is to be done, the right person for doing that is Shudra only. He has to be invited for doing the job of tapas. Tapase Shudram. Now, it is my duty to explain what tapas means and Shudra means. Only then this whole thing will be very clear. As I explained for Brahmane Brahmanam, Kshatraya Rajanyam, Marudhyo Vaishyam. Similarly, tapase Shudram. Now, this tapas we have misunderstood. Tapas has been defined as penance in colloquial Sanskrit. Go to some solitary place, sit there, close your eyes, hold your nose, and chant something, XXX, something. And that has been considered as tapas. To run away from the society, to run away from the realities, to some corner where you will not be disturbed and meditate there constantly has been defined as tapas. No, that is not tapas. And who is Shudra? In the present context of caste system, a Shudra is supposed to be an inferior being. Now, both of them are not there in this sentence. Tapase Shudram Havamahe. We invite a Shudra to take upon tapas. It doesn't mean all these things. Then how do you understand? Tapa Santape, that's the root. It's not my creation. I tell it again and again. Tapa Santape, another root is there, Tapa Dahe. Tapa Santape, another one is Tapa Dahe. That Santapa and Daha is the result of a tough job. A tough job. It could be smooth. Whatever job we do can be smooth, or it should be very tough. So because of toughness, we feel the heat of it. We feel the burden of it. We feel the toughness of it. We feel the heaviness of it. And all that is called as tapasantape tapadahe. For doing such jobs, yes, we need a person who is strong enough, who is tolerant, is perseverant. Yes, we have to put such a person on that job. Who is that? He is a Shudra. His services are equally required as that of a Brahmana. He is no inferior. He is not inferior. But he is capable of tolerating all those things and doing such tough jobs. He likes it. That's his nature. That's why he has chosen that way of life. Chosen. It's not enforced on him. We don't ask, you are a Shudra, you have to do this. No, he says, this is the job which I like. To take upon tough things as a challenge and achieve it. That's my nature. He's adventurous. And that adventurous spirit will meet such challenges which are tough to do, which no ordinary person can do this. Only an adventurous person who is tolerant, strong enough, yes, he can do it. So what is it called as? Kashta Sahishnuta. Kashta Sahishnuta. That's one is tolerant of such tough jobs. One who can do such tough jobs without fear, but with love. Because that is his aptitude. As he is called as a Shudra. Shudra is one who is capable of tolerating toughness. And that tapas is called as tough jobs. Doing tough jobs is called as tapas. Now there is a beautiful match between the two. One is adventurous, is put upon tough jobs. Not by force, I repeat again, not by force, but by choice. He's adventurous and likes doing such jobs. So just for example, a person is drowning in a river. He has to be saved. It is a tough job. It's a tough job. So to do this tough job, we need someone who is tough and knows swimming and who can fight against the current of the water. Yes, we put him on that job. Yes, he does it comfortable and is happy in doing it. Just an example, not an exact example, but an example like that. There's an inferno, fire, firefighters. So they're daring. They get into fire and protect people. It's a tough job. And this root also fits here in this example. Upa dahe, upa santape. It's a thing where they may get burnt. They don't mind it at all. They run into it and protect people. Maybe in the process, they get harmed a little. They don't mind at all. They say, it's a good job I have done. That's their aptitude. That's their nature. This is also an example. Like this, wherever we need tolerance, wherever we need strength, wherever we need perseverance, wherever we need someone to prevent onslaughts, yes, we need Shudras. Because it's their nature. By choice, they do that job. By choice. Nobody is enforcing it. They say, okay, this is my area. This is what I like. And I serve here in this particular area. And that is my contribution to the society. Fine. Now, what does the Shudra mean? Shucha shoke is the root. Shucha shoke. Shoka, to be morose, to be crying. Now, Shucham dravayati iti Shudraha. Shucham dravayati iti Shudra. One who prevents getting into crying or all that is the cause of our crying and problems and troubles, one who clears it, one who cleanses it, is called as a Shudra. And to do that, that person has to be very strong. That person has to be tolerant, has to be brave. He's a Shudra. And once again, I repeat, it is not by birth. It's not a word from the caste system. It's purely from the Varna system, which is explained in the Vedas. It's by choice he has become a Shudra. Because he had that nature of clearing all that filth and bringing health and bringing prosperity to society. That was his choice. He liked it. So those who like such things have to be put on tapas. Tapase Shudram Havamahe. We shall invite those people for doing that job. It's not menial. I stress again, it's not menial. It is a very, very necessary job for the prosperity and progress of society. It's not a menial job. It's equally important as that of spreading knowledge. Not spreading filth is equally important for the health and welfare of the society. And a person who has got that nature, who has got that acumen, who has got that aptitude and attitude, he has to be put on the job. He can do it well. He likes the job. I've been telling, liking this job and by choice. Finally, the conclusion for all the four is Brahmane Brahmanam, Kshatraya Rajanyam, Marudbhyo Vaishyam, Tapase Shudram. The final thing is, everyone who is employed on the respective jobs are satisfied with the job they are doing. Job satisfaction is ensured. Please note, that's a very, very important thing in even the present day human resources. Human resource development. If a person is not satisfied with the job, what they do, that job cannot be done well. Very clear. Whatever job we are put on, if I like it, if I love it, yes, the outcome will be beautiful, wonderful, enormous. Because I like the job. I'm doing the job not for money. I'm doing the job not for fame. I'm doing the job because it's close to my heart and I love to do it. Okay, I may get payment, I may get some other benefits, it's all fine. But it's all secondary for me. The primary thing for me is job satisfaction. Where there is job satisfaction, the outcome will be wonderful, manifold. If job satisfaction is not there, you pay any amount, you give any facility, the outcome will not be reasonable. Now, this is the thing what I have to say. The job satisfaction has to be there for the wonderful execution of the job. And if you match the right person with the right job profile, yes, things will be wonderful. And that's what this Veda mantra says, Yajurveda 3015, Brahmane Brahmanam, Kshatraya Rajanyam, Marudbhyo Vaishyam, Tapase Shudram Havamahe. She'll invite them to do their respective jobs. It's a wonderful thing. That job satisfaction is a great thing what you have to understand while doing a job. Any job, it doesn't matter which job. But the person who is employed on the job and who is doing the job has to finally be satisfied for doing the job. Then other things. The job satisfaction must be there for any person. Anything, any job, it doesn't matter. And job satisfaction is the essence of perfect execution of the job. And who is benefited ultimately? The whole society. Because the job is executed wonderfully well by those people who enjoy doing that job, who are satisfied by doing that job. And there is no other parameter for doing a job, but the self-satisfaction, the job satisfaction. Now, this is the essence of this piece of Veda mantra, Yajurveda 3015. Brahmane Brahmanam, Kshatraya Rajanyam, Marudbhyo Vaishyam, Tapase Shudram. Now, if you understand this Veda mantra, whatever stories we have got in that Uttarakanda of Ramayana, now it's all a total fiction and nonsense. And it's not part of Valmiki's creation of Ramayana. But unfortunately, that is running in the society and creating a gap between people saying that you are superior or inferior, this and that. It's all nonsense, and that is anti-social. The society is being troubled because of such things. As early as you get rid of them, yes, society will be wonderful. It's not just getting rid of them, we have got a beautiful replacement there in this piece of Veda mantra. Getting rid is fine. Every people say this nonsense, throw it, throw it, throw it. Okay, throw it. How do you replace it? No people give an answer. But here Veda gives the answer. This is a replacement. Brahmane Brahmanyam, Kshatraya Rajanyam, Marudbhyo Vaishyam, Tapase Shudram is a replacement. Throw that nonsense and take this sense so that you will also progress, the society will also progress. Everybody will be happy because they are doing a job which they like, which they love, and finally get satisfaction from doing the job. It's a beautiful formula for the progress of life. Enough for the day. Thank you all.
Sharma ji.
Yes, tell me.